Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So today I want to cover the ultimate guide to HQ8, things you need to know. So this video is made for people who are just going into HQ8. Maybe you just recently got HQ8 and you want to make sure you're prioritizing things, you're not doing anything in the wrong order, and really, what's the best way to progress kind of long-term through HQ8 as well. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump right in.
I want to play.
Okay, so you can see here, HQ8 looks freaking awesome. That's the first thing I want to mention right off the bat. I just love the look of this. It is great. There's quite a few new buildings that we get with HQ8. So you do get another rally point. We get a sniper tower, an anti-air missile, turret, a flamethrower, and a rocket tower. That's a lot. Especially on the defensive side of things. I mean, that's adding quite a bit, but I would say probably one of my favorite things is the new rally point because it adds 55 troop space, which is a lot. So that kind of leads me to my first tip when it comes to HQ8. Obviously, you need to get your HQ up to 8. That's the first thing to do. Then get that rally point down because getting those extra 55 troops is going to allow you to really start bullying HQ7s and low-level HQ8s before you get your troops leveled up. So that's going to make a huge difference. It's just going to make attacking feel so much easier, and it's very, very important. So that's kind of the first thing. Get your rally point down. I do like making sure to at least build all the new defenses. You don't have to necessarily level them up. You can keep them all level 1, but get them down so that you can start building your base properly to accommodate for the new defenses. Now, the other most important thing, in my opinion, is the laboratory. You want to make sure you get this leveled up. It's not necessarily cheap, but that's what's going to let you get into your lab and actually start leveling your troops. So very important, get the rally point down, get the lab up, get the new buildings built. That's going to give you a good balance of what you need to use your oil for and what you need to use your gold for, because it's going to mostly cost gold to build the new structures, and it's going to cost oil for your rally point and your laboratory. Then, of course, my next recommendation is going to be, well, what troops do you get leveled up? Right now, air attacks are doing really well because of the additional 55 troop capacity. In fact, even without leveling up whales and skyfires, just having those extra 55 troops, I was crushing bases, especially attacking other HQ7s. Now, not always 3-starring, definitely guaranteeing the 1, but getting a ton of loot. So because of that, and I just noticed the air attacks were doing so well, I went right for whales and then skyfires. Now, there's kind of a toss-up after that. You could start leveling your Mira if you prefer, but I'm actually going to recommend, and this is what I'm doing myself too, is getting the ground troops leveled up, the key ones, right? So you can see we've got the Brute here. Probably what I'm going to do next, as soon as I get enough oil, because I actually have to farm it up, probably the Blazes, then the Boom Carts, then the Rangers. I might stop there and then move over to Mira, get her to about level 35, just so I'm not handicapping her, because if I do all my troops and then Mira, my Mira is going to be quite far behind. So I'm probably going to do the Blaze, the Boom Carts, the Rangers, stop there, and then get my Mira up to 35, then bounce back and do some more troops. Now that's going to take a significant amount of oil, so that's really what my main focus is going to be on that. Now this leads me to my next tip, and this is from a competitive perspective. There's a couple routes you can go with this. I'll leave it up to you because it's your preference as a player. But essentially what it is you want to get your walls leveled up first before you even level any defenses. Yep, that's right. I said it. Get your walls done first. It's very tempting to want to level up your motors and your rocket tower to the new level and your air missiles or maybe your rigs or your storages. Get your walls done. Not only does it look good, so when players are looking at your base, you look like more of a competitive player because you're prioritizing your walls, which are generally the thing people ignore the most. It helps massively on defense. It's also intimidating. People see, oh geez, this guy already has level 8 walls. I'm just going to skip to the next base. Now, You can keep these structures, these new defensive structures at level 1 if you want, and then just get all your walls done. Don't forget, walls can take oil now, so that makes it easy while you're busy with your lab researching things, you know, doing your mirror. You say you got 3 days on a mirror upgrade, you might as well dump your oil into the walls. Well, you've got nothing going on there, so you can leave these new structures at baby level, or you can get them up to match their current existing level. I do not recommend that you level anything to the HQ8 level until you finished your walls. This is a very good and important habit to get in, especially if you're a higher level or higher HQ and you want to be a competitive player, you're trying to be competitive. It's going to look good when people are looking at your bases. It's going to show that you're doing the hard thing first. And actually defensively, it's better. So you can keep the baby defenses level 1, do your walls, or you can kind of match them. And then once the walls are done, then you can level everything up. And there is a little bit of an exception to this. Kind of, maybe not an exception, but just something to bear in mind. You do want to keep your builders busy. So you notice I have 1 out of 3 builders. That's because I always need 1 up to do the walls. But if I have 2 out of 3, that's why I'm just getting some levels done on these, because I just want to keep my builders busy. I'm not going to keep 3 out of 3 and do all my walls. I'm wasting time. So definitely make sure you're keeping your builders busy. Keep 1 up so you can do your walls, and that's all you're going to need. Really do well at HQ8. A couple other quick tips. You do not need to level up any of your factories. It doesn't matter at HQ8. Does not unlock any troops. So these can kind of be the last things that you level up. Also, I would argue there really isn't too much of a need for your storages and your collectors to go up at all. Storages, unless you need something that costs more than 7 million. And the only thing I can see happening is maybe Mira level 40 might be a little bit more than 7 million, or like 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, you know, somewhere around there. She might actually cost enough that you need to. So I'd probably only do the storages as needed. Collectors, I really don't feel a need for those either. So those are kind of my last couple tips.
I want to play.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Good luck at HQ8. I hope these tips really helped you out. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm basically going to be approaching most HQs in the future. This is kind of the go-to strategy with that new upgrade. Leave comments down below. Let me know if you guys got any questions or what you think about this. If there's anything maybe that you'll do a little bit differently, I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts. And we'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to smash that like button. Cheers.